Salut tout le monde! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sophia. I'm an American living in Paris, and today I am doing fun tax things with the French government. I'm filling out this very boring document called Cotisation foncière des entreprises 2026. Some kind of like tax insurance or something that I need. Anyways, I'm really confused and bored, and to procrastinate, I thought I'd make a video just talking about my salary. I feel like money conversations are always super interesting because it's really rare to find, I feel like in my experience, people that are super transparent with what they make in their jobs. And I feel like if you're looking to move from the United States to a place like France, then this could be helpful. So I don't know. I lived in New York City for 8 years before, and I was working in fashion media. So I wasn't the highest paid New Yorker, I'll say that. But I just want to say that everyone told me that I was going to have to take a huge pay cut if I wanted to live in Paris. That was a lot of people's fun little statement to me when I was telling people that I wanted to move to Paris and find a job in Paris. And that was annoying, I'm not going to lie. Um, Especially since I ended up finding a job that paid me more than I made in New York. In New York, I made 86,000 a year, and in Paris, I'm going into it in a bit, but 90,000 euros. So with the conversion, almost 100K. Anyways, my point with that is just don't let people get into your head and don't listen to anyone else besides yourself. Yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit about my journey because now I'm on my second job here in Paris and kind of wanted to just share some numbers. I've been freelance for this past year in Paris, and I was freelancing for just one company, Lacoste, and I made around 90,000 euros annually brut, which means before taxes. So I also have to take off 21.2% for my cotisation URSSAF, which is like social contributions for health insurance and social coverage. I also have to pay VAT taxes as well on top of that, but that's something that I charge my company and then I pay the government. And then I'll have to pay like a standard tax on top of that next tax season when I do my actual taxes here, my income taxes here. So when you're working freelance, you're paid a little bit more than you are when you're in a CDI, like a CDI, which is a contrat durée indéterminée, which is basically like a full-time salaried contract here. And with a CDI, you get a lot more benefits than you do with freelance, and also kind of all the taxes are already taken care of. Like your company withholds the taxes from you, and you don't have to worry about things like the cotisation foncière, super boring stuff. Okay, now that I am taking a CDI, I've accepted another job offer at another company, and I am making substantially less net per month. So I was offered 55 and able to negotiate up to 57,000 euros per month. Wouldn't that be nice? Per year. So I think that's gonna come out to around 3,000 to 3.6 per month, whereas previously I was making around 6K, 5.5K net per month, but that was with no real, I didn't have any private health insurance. I didn't have any chômage benefits, which is unemployment. And I didn't have any of the other benefits you get, like commuter benefits and all that shit. So didn't have any of that. So when I first heard that number 55, yes, I was shocked, and I did start to think of, oh, okay, that's why people told me the salaries are so much lower in France versus the United States, or in a place like Paris versus New York. So that was actually quite a big shock, honestly, especially since I had been making more as freelance. But I got over it and I kind of understood the game. And honestly, I think it's pushing me this year to go for other income streams and look at other ways that I can build wealth as an étrangère living abroad. So I think it's pushing me in some ways. But yes, that was a bit of a shocking number because I think in New York, the last time I made 55K, I was an assistant. And now I'm like in senior management here in Paris. So keep that in mind that, yeah, And I work still in the fashion industry, which isn't known for being the highest pay. So keep all that in mind if you are looking for yourself. And for me, as someone who's an American, the company also promised to get my visa for me. So because I'm here on an auto entrepreneur visa, I have to switch to a salarié visa. And that is when the company applies for a work permit on your behalf. And basically, if you're in France as an étrangère, like me as an American here in France, as long as I have this CDE contract, they cannot kick me out of the country. So that's like automatic renewal on all my visas for as long as I have this job. And my plan basically is to have this job until I'm able to apply for citizenship or the 10-year like resident card. But I do want to apply for citizenship. That is if the US doesn't make me renounce my citizenship, because I just saw that there was like a bill introduced by the stupid Republicans in the Senate about not being letting Americans be dual citizens anymore, which is so stupid. But I'm not going to get into that in this video. So, yeah, and then in New York City, I was making around the same. Actually, I was making here like actually less, but I was in a full-time contract position, but it's different in the US and in France. I was making I think 86,000 as a global events manager in New York, which is practically nothing for New York. So that's a whole other conversation for you New Yorkers to deal with. I'm not dealing with that. I left that. So I'm explaining my situation here in Paris. I mean, I think it sucks that I had to take a pay cut, but the visa stability benefits and like all the other benefits, mostly the visa stability benefits are really what drew me. And also I'm ready to just kind of grow my career in a company and not be freelance and not have to deal with random letters like this from Les Impôts and just get incredibly stressed out all the time. So, editing Sophia here, I just want to say that the Impôt will hit you with the fine so quick it'll make your head spin if you don't get these documents in on time, or if you don't pay something on time. They will fine your ass so fast, and it's not fun. Trust me. I have had experience with them this year and I didn't like it. Yeah, I hope that was helpful for anyone who's looking for a job here. If you are interested in finding out exactly how I got my first job here in Paris, watch this video. And maybe if you're interested in hearing how I got a full-time CDI contract here, let me know in the comments and I can make that video as well. But yeah, I've gotten a great position. Honestly, jobs are a little scarce right now, so I'm feeling very blessed that I was able to find a really cool job, and I'm really excited to start next year. Anyways, hope this was helpful for people who are maybe looking to move to France. But yeah, see you on the next one. Bisous. Bye.